big fucking screen here.
I never sleep, I never eat, I never leave my house alone. Another evening in between what I believe and what I know and what I know.
Hey y'all, Future Dusa here. Just letting y'all know that I could not key out the green screen because from where I was standing too close to it. So if anything looks kind of weird and I'm pointing at nothing, you'll know why ahead of time. Alright, that's it. Enjoy the rest of the video. So 2025 is coming to a close. It's been another long-winded year, and I posted one video this year, the creativity video, and I did not like that was all I posted this year. I have to do double what I did last year. Last year I posted solely my coming out video, and I want to do more, and I'm gonna last minute sneak this one in here and try to get that just jam-fisted in there so I can have uploaded 2 videos instead of last year's one to double the amount of work I've done on this channel. Ignoring the fact that I'm trying to make it look like I did double the work, I am also just kind of reflecting on the year, and I felt like this was a very interesting year, and I wanted to record my thoughts on that and how I felt about it, how I felt about this year, because this year's been a lot. It's been a lot. Going from everywhere from trips to bucket list things have just been knocked off, and everything else in between. And I keep looking at 2026 and wondering what in the world that's going to look like. So I wanted to just sort of organize my thoughts into video format and talk about what this year has looked like for me and what 2026 might have in store. So, kicking things off, I've knocked so much of my bucket list off this year, which I did not expect to do. I was starting to go out more towards the end of 2024 thanks to a new partner that loved to go out, but I did not expect for so much to get done. A lot of stuff was planned by the end of last year for this year, but I didn't really hold all the hopes that everything would go through. Usually I'm pretty unlucky and things will pop up, but nothing ever popped up, and some of this stuff was very spontaneous last minute. Like starting off in around March, April time, I went on a huge trip of circling back to where I live. For reference, I live in Pennsylvania. So I started from, I'm going to say the western side of Pennsylvania, and decided to make a loop all around, heading through Ohio to Chicago, circling up through like Detroit and like the Michigan area, hitting Toronto, and then circling all the way back down to back where I live. And that was crazy. Kicking off from that point, the whole trip started by, after getting off work, immediately going to a concert over in Columbus, where I saw my favorite band, Good Kid, which was amazing to see them live for the first time. Then from there, after that night, which the concert ends at around 10 or 11, we decided to then drive from Columbus all the way through to Chicago, or right outside Chicago, greater Chicago area. I don't know. So we get out there, and not only are we driving through a time zone, it was also when daylight savings started kicking in. So the time switch was super messed up. We didn't get in until about 4 a.m. to then also find out our key didn't work because the time switch was so screwed up, and we showed up at that early of a time. So with everything being so messed up, we finally got a room, laid down, and passed out. From there, we then moseyed our way to check out Chicago, visit with some friends in the area, and then go to sleep for the next morning to wake up and then start our trek all the way up to Toronto. So we were going to go from all the way down here, go up and around into Toronto. Now, the problem with that is we had a little issue on our map application. What happened was Google decided to be an absolute stick and make us get on a ferry that doesn't exist anymore. With this imaginary ferry problem, we then had to figure out another way to get up to Toronto. So we had to drive 40 minutes north and then go over the border that way to start to get into Canada. It was awesome because it was my first time in Canada, met up with friends, did a lot of stuff in Toronto, tried a lot of Toronto food, and just had an absolute great time, even though we were pulled over by Border Patrol because I said I'm meeting a friend I play League of Legends with. That was a f***ing mistake. But that trip, all in all, went amazingly well. It was so much fun, and I would have happily done it again. And it was just amazing. So from then on, the other trip that we had in the year wasn't until August. So we went from March to August, for August being the other main trip of the year. So in August, we then decided to make our way through the long-ass state of Pennsylvania to the other side to get to New York and New Jersey, where we decided to see a concert. The concert had 2 nights because of just how jam-packed it was, and it was awesome. We saw King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, my partner's favorite band, and just had an absolute blast. During the day, we were sightseeing. We saw the Statue of Liberty. We didn't actually go up to it just due to time constraints. And then we also happened to find out that there was a One Piece pop-up going up at the same time. So we decided to stop by and got some One Piece merch, as I was almost done binging the series by then. It was an absolute blast, and it took off one of the things on my bucket list, which was going to New York. It's always been a big dream of mine, and I finally knocked it out thanks to my partner. On top of, it was also big that I went to Canada because that was my first time out of the country. It was my first time going west at all. I've never gone west besides Columbus or Cleveland for concerts. So this was a big step forward for crossing things off my bucket list. Besides the 2 trips, we also did our yearly convention called TECO. TECO is a big anime convention in the Pittsburgh region, and I was more than excited to go, as I go every year, and get into cosplay. This year was really big because I got my partner into cosplay, and it marked a year since I originally met my partner. So I met them at the convention last year. This year with cosplays such as Gwen, Briar, and Cinnabar, I was so ecstatic to do these characters because these are characters I've loved for a long time, from favorite animes to some of my favorite games. It's amazing. With my partner doing Katie Ari for one of the days, and I think Lucas from Mother Earthbound. I don't know the difference, don't sue me.
You done fucked it up!
So that was all of that. So that was the kind of, hey, I got out of my apartment today and I touched grass sort of moments. I also spent a lot of time inside doing a lot of non-social activities. Kicking things off, I somehow grinded to silver in League without absolutely melting my mind. It was an absolute pure stroke of luck, I think, as somehow I avoided having a Tenchi equivalent crash out.
You can't fucking make this shit up! You can't fucking make this shit up! What the fuck? That's not fucking funny! You can't, dude, oh my god!
And got there within, I think it was less than 30 games. It's a little ridiculous, but I'm gonna call that stroke of luck, and not take it for granted because I am now finally out of bronze, as well as I went through and beat a whole bunch of games this year. Some of those notable standouts were that I finally went through and played Hollow Knight for the first time right before Hollow Knight Silksong came out, or was even announced, or was teased, I don't remember. But I went through and beat that in the summer, which was super awesome, as my partner got me into it, like she did a lot of things this year. Besides Hollow Knight, some of the other notable games I beat were Yakuza 0, starting my foray into the Yakuza series. With Yakuza 0's insane, goofy gameplay and story, and just being so fun over the top, it was definitely one of the smash hits of this year for me. As well as I went through and I finished Hades 2. I started when the playtest originally came out last year, But now that I had the full release in September, I went through and I beat the main story till I rolled credits. I still want to go back to it to do end of game stuff, but it's absolutely so fun going back into the world of Hades from Supergiant and becoming Melenaway, as I picked up a lot of art from her or for her this year at the convention. So it was super nice to actually go through her story and see how that concluded. And I did not play the original ending. I played only the new ending they did. And then with the year winding up, I then also decided that I did want to try to sneak in one more game. So I am so close to beating Shadow of the Erdtree. I will not lie, and I will say, I hate Bale the Dread. 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 I hate Bale the Dread.
Curse you, Bale!
Beyond that, I also started reading again, and I picked up a new book. The book is, well, I already went through and finished it earlier this year, but it was Medusa by Natalie Grunder. As a huge Medusa fan, this was probably my favorite retelling of the story, but it was the first time in a while that I read a book. It was really cool to just kind of pick up a book and start reading and just kind of let my mind take over rather than having to consume it some way, like through an Audible book or whether I was having it told to me through a YouTube video. It was just nice to sit down and read and shut off, which was another nice thing this year. I'm not sure about y'all, but I've definitely been on my phone a lot in more recent years. I think usually I get flamed by my phone for being on my phone on average daily, somewhere between 8 to 10 hours. While still not perfect, I actually did work on that a lot this year, so that way I had time to read and start doing some other things like finish some games and go through that backlog I have. It was just really cool to cut down my time to about 5 hours a day now, which is still not great. And even if we're going on the low end, like let's say from 7 to 5 hours on average daily, that's an additional 14 hours I got back a week. 14 hours which went to my Hades 2 runtime or Shadow of the Erdtree or whatever I decided, which, talking about doing things over the year, that was something that was just huge to do. Not only that, but also start developing new friendships and just being more present than doom scrolling on TikTok for the nth time about some YouTuber drama I do not care about. But then it was also kind of replaced by me binging a lot of shows I've been meaning to. I finally got around to watching Delicious in Dungeon. I went through and read all of One Piece in 3-4 months. It was a lot of chapters. It was a lot of chapters. It was a lot of good chapters. Wano was peak though! So with that, it was super awesome to start catching up on shows. I just started watching Evangelion finally. Started Uma Musume. I haven't finished those yet, but I'm having a blast with those as well. And it was just nice to get a lot of media stuff I wanted to get through this year. Like I finally got through season 4 of Stranger Things, so I was ready for the new season that I've not started yet because I'm waiting for New Year's and I want to binge it all. Not in a night because each episode is equal to a full-length feature film. So overall, I feel very mixed about this year. I don't feel bad about it because it's not like previous years, which have been just ultra doomer, scrolling on my phone, single as fuck, not doing jack shit. But this year was pretty awesome. I actually started going out to bars again, and I started just going out in general. Like, I was quote unquote going out, but I really couldn't find people to go out with. This year's been completely different. Like I did karaoke this year when I had friends visiting, when I hosted a Friendsgiving this year. I've never cooked a turkey before. I cooked a fucking turkey and I didn't burn down the house and it was juicy. But I can't say this year was a fully good year. Although a lot of great things happened, like moving in with my partner, that did incur a decent amount of financial, and not only that, a lot of costs of my sanity. When I say I did not realize records were so heavy, records are so heavy. We moved several milk crates full and it was just absolutely so heavy. Me, friend of mine and my partner were just exhausted by the time we came up that day. I think that was about all we moved that day, and I was fine with that. It was just sucky because I had to move records from my place, and we had to move several. I don't want to say 100 because it's not 100, but it was a lot. It was a lot, trust me. Like 4 or 5 milk crates full of records, and God, were they heavy. But overall, moving was definitely just such a large portion of what happened this year. And like I said, I'm happy to be in with my partner now, and I've been loving spending the last several months with her here at this apartment. It was a nightmare to move, and it was a lot on us. Because unfortunately, right afterward, we struck a very unfortunate chord. My girlfriend's mother passed away right after, and so we had to go and clear out her things from her apartment, and we had to go and deal with everything that's involved with that. I'm not going to go further in detail just for out of her privacy, but it definitely hit a blow. Sadly, I only knew her for a year before she passed, but I was very happy to at least know her for that year because she was just such a funny woman. She was so sweet and just absolutely a jokester for some of the things she would say. But between those events, it definitely took a lot of my sanity, trying to juggle everything so much at once, trying to be supportive for my partner during their very, very hard emotional time, as well as also just finishing moving, which that's a sanity killer in its own right. So the question then becomes, where does that leave me with this year? I love this year so much because of all the great experiences I had, meeting new people, consuming some of my favorite media for years to come. I just feel very elated as I think about this year. I try to think about all the negatives as I was thinking about this video through, and I just found it hard to think negatively about the year. It was just so enjoyable through and through. And compared to the previous year, it was just such a breeze, very drama-less, very easygoing. It just didn't create a lot of anxiety in me, and it was just an absolute phenomenal time. So when I try to think about what next year was going to look like and what I'd like to work on, that's when I started sort of parsing through my mind of what made this year a good year and what I can do to make next year a better year, if possible. So for the big 2-6, I think there's a couple ideas and goals I want to aim and set for myself, and I'm going to use, I think, kind of video making to keep myself honest, as I'm very excited to kind of really expand my horizons a little bit. So one of the things next year is that I'm definitely going to work on managing my finances better, especially recovering from the move and things of the such, because that was just, for the back half of the year, it's been a little bit of a stressor, especially with the holidays looming and knowing, oh, I have to go buy gifts for this coworker. Oh, I have to buy gifts for this friend. I have to buy gifts for my partner. Oh, wait, my partner's birthday is right after. My birthday's coming up. Oh, wait, we have friends' birthdays coming up. Just in the last 2 months alone, it was a lot, as well as trying to host parties and do everything else in between, because I definitely like to orchestrate a lot what happens within my friend group. I definitely have that type A leader personality, and everyone kind of, like, if I'm involved with it, people know to look to me because they know I'm going to orchestrate, I will get things done. So with that in mind, that's one thing I want to try to do. On top of that, I would also like to try to lose a little bit of weight, be a little bit healthier, hit the gym, get back walking. At the end of 2024, I was doing a really great job of that, but with everything going on this year, you want to be part of a video? Someone want to be part of the video, don't you? Don't you, buddy? Don't you? Okay, I'll let you down. Getting healthy and working out and just being more active is something I'm going to aim to do. Besides that, there's definitely a few more things I definitely want to try to do for next year. I'm going to more than double video output. my goal for next year, and I thought this would be a nice, longer, loftier goal, is that I'm going to try to aim for 24 videos for next year. That means about 2 videos a month. Somewhat. I'm not saying it's going to be perfectly like that, but I'm going to try to aim for something like that, because I could do more than 2 a year at the very minimum. So with the 24 aside, so we're going to get healthy, going to make money, going to make videos, and just continue to do what I've been doing a lot of this year, which is trying to travel or spend time with friends and family as much as I can, and just try to make the most of my time here. One thing I am excited for is to create a lot on the channel, to really get to do some cool ideas. There's just stuff I want to talk about. Like, I'm going through this anime right now, and I have so much I want to say. I have so many thoughts and opinions. It's like this little show called Golden Time, and it's just the drama, the whole feel of emotions I have. It's a spectrum. Golden Time is a spectrum. So I want to talk about games. I want to talk about anime. I want to talk about just stuff going on. Like the previous creativity video, I really enjoyed that, and just talking about some things. I'm going to have some more unscripted videos. I'm going to have some more scripted videos. I just want to talk a lot more. And I feel like this is a platform I can do that. Who knows? I might try uploading gaming stuff again. I don't know. I'm not making any promises. But do expect at least those 2 videos sometime by the spring. I don't know how long it's going to take me to work on those, but I just have thoughts I need to go through. So with all that information in tow behind us, this is where we get to the end of the video. I'm going to say, first off, thanks for watching. If you like the video, like it. If you want to stick around for any of the new 24 videos that will be coming out next year, feel free to drop a subscription, because they will be fun and funnier than what this is. This is half just diary versus somber / happy, sappy bullshit thing. And thank you for all the views for the last video. It was really awesome just to kind of talk about, something I was thinking about, which is creativity and how I feel about it. That was super awesome, and I appreciate that. And I hope y'all stick around for the rest of what is going to be coming in the new year. All right, that's where we're going to end things for today. This is Medusa blasting off. See you around, Serpent Head. Later.